Okay guys, so now what we're going to get into is a new segment and a new chapter. And this chapter I save for now because I think it's very important for you guys to first have a deep understanding of the other content and material that I showed you. And now you'll be able to really grasp and understand the details of this chapter. And basically, this chapter is like anything in Jiu-Jitsu. And that is working both sides. When you work one side, the person frames, leaving a vulnerability and opportunity of attack on the other side. It could be in passing, it could be in guard. Always when they defend one side, the other side is going to be compromised. Now, when I'm performing the berimbolo, when I'm performing crab ride, when I'm performing all these crazy leg entanglements, I am thinking of both sides at once. I am thinking of compromising my opponent's reactions on one side to get me to the other side. Now, a very technical and common reaction in berimbolo that I personally think is a great reaction in defense to berimbolo is when my opponent backs up and places their foot in between my connection to their hip and the connection between my hand and their hip and my body. When they get into my circle with their leg, this will stop me from being able to connect my body to their hips. So I'm going to explain what's happening. I'm going to actually teach you this reaction, how to do it, so then your partner could properly do it. So when you're drilling, you'll be able to explain it to them, and then they can even watch this segment so they could learn how to defend this way. So then they could give you the proper reaction when you're drilling. But again, you're going to learn now how to work both sides and how we could use different hooks, how we could use different things that we just learned to help us change hips, change sides. And once we get to the other side, all our options are going to be free again. And if they want to defend again, awesome, we're going to change sides again. We're going to change side to side to side. And that's what's going to teach you this coordination. You have to practice this in drilling. You have to practice over and over, understanding how to change sides, what to do, how to chain the positions together, how to chain the leg positions together. This is what's going to enable you to get to the goal of us taking the back or doing any of the positions that you just learned. Okay, so I'm going to go over now in the next video how to do this reaction, and then we're going to get right into it. I'm going to give you many variations to counter this reaction. Okay guys, so like I explained before, I'm going to teach you the reaction to this position, and I'm going to explain why it's a really good reaction to berimbolo. Like, it's a great defense, and I'm going to explain what it enables us to do, right? So she's going to be going berimbolo on me. She's going to go under. She's going to be here. So I'm going to just move you this way a little bit. Yep. Okay, so when I'm here, what I'm going to be doing to do this reaction, I'm going to be in the post family, and I'm going to just post both hands, and I'm going to back up my body. What am I trying to do? So her connection to berimbolo is connecting her hip grip to my her shoulder to my body like this. You see this connection she's trying to do? What I'm trying to do now is when she's holding my leg, I back away. Notice how her arm is straight now. When I'm able to straighten her arm, I'm able to back away. And now what I can do is when she's bending her body, I'm able to place my foot inside her arm, like so. When I place her foot inside my arm, I'm able to remove her hook. And now look where I am. I'm in half guard. And now I can take my leg out and possibly pass her guard. Okay, so go again. So she goes under. We're here. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to back away, and I'm trying to make her arm straight. So I can move my body back. Then I can place my leg inside her arm. Just move your body this way, please. No, bring yourself this way, Tammy. Move your body.
Oh, sorry.
I lift up her body. I bring my foot in. Now I'll try going for my backward berimbolo. You see, she can't because my foot is blocking her connection of her shoulder to my forward hip. You see? So this stops berimbolo for her to go on this side. But as you're going to learn, this side is compromised. And I'm going to show you that now. But you see, all I'm doing is she goes under. I'm in the post family. I back up. I post my arms. I back up. I try to straighten this arm. I try to keep her arm straight. So then I can lift up this leg and place my foot inside. That's all I'm trying to do. If you could just go on your shoulder more, please. Yeah, here. So she's here. She's holding my leg. She's here. I back up. I straighten her arm. I place my foot in. I remove this foot. Now look where I am. I'm in half guard. Now I can push out my leg and pass her guard. You see? So again. She goes under. I'm here. I straighten her arm. I back up. Once I straighten her arm, I'm going to keep her arm straight. I'm going to place my foot inside her armpit like so. Once I do this, I remove this foot from my shoulder. I push her knees down. I grab the shoulder here, and I pass the guard. Again. Here. So I bring my hips to her head. I push. Again. All I'm doing is closing this circle and gap that she had between her body. Okay, so we're here. Now I can bring my hip to her head. Again. So what I want you to think of it when you're doing this move, I'm thinking about just straightening this arm. So this arm she has here. This arm. You see how it's bent? I'm just straightening her arm here. Once I straighten the arm, that gives me space to fit my leg inside. So all I'm doing is, I can even clear this a little bit. I just push her shoulder if I need to, place my foot in. Once my foot's in, I close the gap. Now my hip is away from her. I move my leg down, I bring my head to her, and I pass the guard. Again. Look how I even straighten her arm with my hand. Now I can put my foot in. Clear the legs. Hips to her, push the leg out. That's the guard. Again. Okay. Okay guys, so now what I'm going to show you is the first answer to this reaction. And it's going to be probably my favorite one. I personally feel this is the easiest one for me personally to do. I'm going to switch to an underhook. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually apply the same concept that we learned before. And what was that? When my opponent's posting their arms, I'm always manipulating and compromising their knees to their chest. And that's what's going to enable me to get my body back to the other side. And once I change sides, it will make me free again to start attacking the back. So I'm going to be focused on that concept of knees to chest. And then I'm going to focus on changing sides. Those are the two things we're focusing on now when my opponent is doing this. And those two concepts, regardless of what leg positioning my opponent's doing, regardless of what is happening, those are our two objectives now. Regardless of any of the things, any of the families we decide to use, any of the leg positioning, all we're focused on is those two things. Changing sides and bringing her knees to her chest. So I'm going to be here. I'm going to invert. She's going to apply the same thing I did before. Notice my arm is straight, right? And she hooked my leg. So what am I going to do? What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to bend this knee, first of all, using the De La Riva, right? And secondly, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this hand that was holding the ankle. I'm going to underhook now the leg. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hand on her knee. Could we just change angles a little? Yeah. So I'm here. So put your foot in again. Yep. I'm just going to go up my shoulder. Yep, we're here. So look, all I'm going to do is I'm going to control her knee like this. Why am I doing this? Because the second I control her knee, I'm able to push her knee to her chest. I'm able to use this leg to push her knee to her chest. And it's going to look like this. So then I start putting pressure like this. But keep your foot a little more tension. Yeah. So then, yeah, perfect. You see how I'm able to sweep her by pushing her knee to her chest? So what am I going to do now? What I'm going to do is change sides. How? I'm going to do the uninverting series that we learned before by using my knee on her leg like so. I'm going to use my knee. I'm going to use pushing her knee. And look how it makes her leg shorter. It makes her leg shorter. It makes her leg shorter. So go back and put the foot in. But post your hands. Yeah.
Oh.
So here, I'm here. I bring my knee under her leg. So her knee's here. She's trying to stretch her leg. I put my knee under first. I bring it under. I push.
I use my knee and I use my hand to push. Look how she falls. Why is she falling? Knees to chest, right? Exactly our concept. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to go to the uninverting world. Uninverting world, we have two options. One, second option, two. Right? Now I'm in the uninverting world. I'm able to come up here. And now I'm able to attack her back. And where she's pushing me and she's alive, and I can take her back. Again. I go under. She straightens my arm. She puts her foot in. I'm hooking. I bend her knee. I grab her knees here. Instantly, I underhook the leg, and I push her knee to her chest. I use my knee under, and I'm just going to put her leg to the floor, like so. Now I'm going to put pressure on her chest. Look how she falls. The second she falls, I change sides. I can even, if I want to, I can use my hand to scoop this leg. If I feel like I can't, and I can just put pressure here, no problem. I just have to change sides. I can even use my head to change sides here. Now I end up in the top bear and bull world, right? She opens her hip. I end up back with the stack, the twister hook, all our variations. Again, she hooks. I underhook the leg. I grab the knee like so. I put my knee in. I start stretching my shin on her leg. I start putting weight of her knees to her chest. Look how she falls. Let's say she keeps it a little stronger, her leg. Now I just change sides. I post my hand if I want. Top bear and bull row. Here. Has to go. Again. I get here. I put my knee inside. I put my knee side. I try to push her knees to her chest. You see, I'm feeling like she's a little strong, right? I use my shin. Now I'm starting to push her knee down. Once I feel like I'm able to, I push her knees to her chest. I change sides. And now I can go under again if I want. I have the connection. Her body's here. Twister her. Back again. Here, I push out her leg. If I need to, I sweep her too. I end up here. But her foot has to stay in. If it stays out, I can go for the back here. So she's trying to stretch her foot in. Here. So I remove it using my knee on her leg. Look how my knee is below her leg right now, like this. That's what helps me remove her hook. Here, I push out her leg. I change sides. Now I end up here. I can take the back. Again. Here, I use my knee on her leg. I push her knees to her chest. I uninvert. Go here. She's here. I can pass with her elbows closed. And she opens her hip. I take the back. Again, notice how my palm of my hand, circling my palm of my hand, keeps my shoulder up. If my hips were down here, I'd be screwed. Put your foot in and stretch. Look how I cannot stay up now. There's zero chance. But because my palm is up, I'm able to stay on the muscles on my arm, right? And that is why I'm able to fight her here. You see, that's so important. So I use my knee now here. I push her knee to her chest. I change sides. I post my hand. Close your elbow, please. Yes.
Alright guys, so I first showed you my initial approach to responding to this particular reaction of the berimbolo. Now what I'm going to do is show you an alternative approach where I actually do change sides, and my leg positioning is going to be that of the knee wedge. So I'm going to be using the knee wedge family this time, and that's what's going to enable me to remove her hook, change sides, and get right back into the berimbolo work with the crab ride and all the leg positioning, okay? So again, she's posting her hands. We're using these different leg grips and mechanisms to fix that gap that she created with her leg being in between my arms, right? That is what's troublesome to me. So we have to address that. And how we address that is bringing her knees to her chest, changing sides, and then we're able to start attacking berimbolo again the same exact way as previously, okay? So I'm going to begin here, just like before. I'm going to go under. She's going to back up. She's going to place her arm in my arm, straining my arm, right? So let's just change angles again. Yeah. So here, I'm here. So what I need to do now is, I want you guys to see, what is giving her strength right now? Her legs being away from her chest. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put all her weight on her arms. I'm going to push her knees to the floor like so. And when I do this, what am I going to do? I'm going to push her knee inside my leg like this. So before, when I did the underhook one, I was putting my knee inside. For this one, I'm putting her knee inside my leg. And she's even straining her leg, no problem. What I'm going to do is I trap her knee inside, so my knee is on top of her leg. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab both hip grips like so. And when I do this, I'm going to put my knee in like a knee wedge. The knee wedge grip here. And now look where I'm going to end up. I'm going to end up with the knee wedge hook. And now look where I am. I'm back in a leg joint. I'm back in the X. I'm back in all the things we did here. You see? So now I can go back to anything I want to do here again. And take that back again. Here. But again, look. Look how I use my leg position to change sides. I bring her knees to her chest. I make the opportunity to grab both hips. And then I get my knee in that position to change sides. You'll see again. Look. So I'm here. She backs away. My arm is straight. So instead of before, when I use my knee like this, I'm trying to do this. Her knee is in front of me. So I'm going to put her knee on top of me now. You see the opposite? It's the opposite of before. Before I put my knee under. This time I put my knee on top of her. The second I put my knee on top of her, I grab both hips and I push her knees to her chest. Look how she falls. Now, because my knee is on top of her, I put my knee as a knee wedge on top of her legs. And now I'm going to change sides, holding both hips to get to the knee wedge spot here. Now when I'm in the knee wedge spot here, I change my legs. I can create an X. I can do many different things here. I can go back to here. I can even simply just leg drag her hip here. I have so many options. But as you can see, I'm using the mechanisms of her knees to her chest. I'm using pummeling my legs to change sides. And then we're right back to where we were before. So here, under, she backs away. She puts her foot in. I get my knee on top of her leg. Once I get my knee on top of her leg, I grab both hips. I put her knees to her chest. Look how she falls. Once I'm able to keep her knee bent, I place my knee like this on her leg. Look how I place my knee on her leg. Now I control both hips and I change sides. Once I change sides, look how my palm is up. So the muscles on my arm are activated. So I'm on my arm right now. That's why I'm able to do this so easy. Now I can pummel my legs, create an X. I can do anything I want here. Here, I can drag. Here, I can drag here. I can go back to here. I can go twister here. I have so many options. So again, under, she backs away. She places her foot in. All I do is I put her knee below my knee, like so. Once I do this, I bring her knees to her chest, I grab both hips. Now I can start switching sides to go here, to change my legs, to go here, to go here, to go here, to go here, to go here. Again. We go under, she backs away. She places her foot in. I'm here, I put her knee under my knee, like so. Once I do this, I grab both hips. Look how I bring her knees to her chest and I bring my body closer to her hips. Look how she falls now.
See how easy? Now once I have this hip grip, I can change sides. Putting my knee here on her. Now I can remove my leg. Placing my leg here. Going to the X. Now I can bring my hip under her. I can even switch my hips grips now. Leg drag. Here. Again. All I need to do is keep both hip grips and change sides on my shoulders. So here. I'm here. I just take my hand simply. Place her knee under my knee. You see, all I do is this. 1, 2. Both hips. I pull my hips in and I bring her knees to her chest. Now she falls. Now I put my knees here, and all I do to change sides is this. I'm here, I pull, and I'm just going to use this hand now and balance on this hand to go on this shoulder. You see, I put my palms up. Here. 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 See how I'm changing sides? That's all I'm doing. So my palm is up. My palm is up on this side. I'm going to grab here. I'm going to bring my palm up on this side to activate the muscles on my arm. That's what's going to make me able to change sides. Look. You see? Now once I change sides, my knee is here. I grab the leg. I could change again to the X. Balancing on my arm because my palm is up. You see? If my palm was down, I would fall. And I wouldn't be able to do this. But because I put my palm up, look how I have the balance. Now I could go to all the attacks here. Again. Okay guys, so I just showed you 2 variations how to answer and respond to this reaction that my opponent could give me when I'm doing the berimbolo. Again, as you can see, this was a part of the posting family, this response, because she's moving her legs away from me and her arms, moving her hips away. And then what I'm doing is I'm using the same mechanisms and concepts from the posting chapter that you just learned to accomplish the same goal. But now we're changing sides. But again, how cool is that when you're there, that one of the options when I'm doing the underhook berimbolo, my knee gets below her knee, and then the other one, I'm actually putting her knee on top of my knee. So then I'm able to perform the knee wedge, you see? So I feel like when you're doing this, you're going to start being able to put it into 2 worlds. Oh, I'm able to get my knee under. Cool, I can do the underhook one. Oh, I'm trying to put my knee under, but they're fighting me so hard. I can't get my knee under. Now you're in the knee wedge world. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you one more alternative besides the knee wedge that you could do in this spot. And it's going to be a part of the same world where their knee is on top of you, and the knee is below you. You're able to get the knee below you. And then you're going to start going into the crab ride world again. Okay, we're going to get a crab ride hook in, and then we're going to utilize that in the same mechanisms, the same way as the knee wedge, as the berimbolo, as all of the different groups and families that we learned before. And as you can see, it's really efficient because once you get to the other side, you have all your attacks again. You're free. And the person loses their balance once their knees go to their chest and you put pressure. Their leg that was helping them now is working against them. Okay? So that's what we're going to do now. Their knee, we're going to get to the same exact spot as the knee wedge. But I'm going to explain the difference, why we're doing the crab ride hook now instead of the knee wedge right now. So I'm going to begin here. I'm going to be in De La Riva. I'm going to go under the same way. She's going to back up. She's going to put her foot in, like so. So, as you know, what I was able to do before was put my knee under, right? For the De La Riva one, the underhooking one. Put my leg under, and I was able to go here. That was one, right? Two was, I went to go here. I feel like I can't get my knee under. I put my knee on top of her legs. I grabbed both hips. I swept her. And then I went to the knee wedge here. Two, right? Now what's going to happen is I'm going to use my hook a different way. Watch. So we're here. I'm going to go under. She's going to go to the same spot. She's going to place her foot in. And I want to put my knee under. I can't. So I'm going to put her leg in. But what I'm going to feel like is she's backing away a little bit too much. I'm going to feel like it's a little awkward for me to use my knee now. So I'm going to pull her hips. And what I'm going to do is, instead of grabbing her hip right away, I'm going to take my hand. I'm going to grab her leg like so. I'm going to push her leg down more. So now I have room to place my hook in, like so. So once I place my hook in, you see I'm going to hook both legs. I'm going to grab both hips. Now I'm going to change sides and end up with a crab ride hook. I might even end up with both legs trapped here, but I'm going to end up in this spot for sure. Now once I'm here, I'm back to all the stuff that we've learned before, right? All the variations, all the things we could do there now. So again, I go under. She's here, she hooks. So all I do is, my knee is here, right? She stretches, I put her knee on bottom of me, her hip is a little far. I feel like her leg is a little straight, it's awkward for me to use my knee. I just take the leg, I push it down. Second I push it down, I bring her knee up a little bit. I place my foot in. Once I place my foot in, look how I'm trapping both legs. You see? Now I grab both hips, I bring her knees to her chest. Look how I'm able to do this now. Now I roll. Once I roll, look where I end up. Look at the spot I end up. Now I end up in X. I can stay here. I can come back here. See, I could go to the back here. I have all my options here. Just the leg work is a little tricky, so please pay attention again. We're here. Go under. She puts her foot in. I'm here. I'm trying to get my knee under. I can't. So now I'm in this one. Knee wedge or this one. I take my hand. I feel like this is hard for me to do this one. I just take my hand, I push this down. Once I push this down, I throw my hook in. I can even move back a little bit if it helps me. I just need to make some distance to get my foot in. Now I grab both hips again. Now I bring her knees to her chest and I pull her hips to me to sweep her. Now look how my foot is hooking. I roll. Now I end up in the X, right? I could go here. I could go all my attacks from here. Again.
Pues